Well, I'm on the portion of the project where I'm ready to put on the base trim, which means I'm also ready to put on the profile for the base. I do that at the same time that I do the profile for the top so that they match. So I pulled this plunge router out of the cabinet. It had the bit in it that I wanted to use, and I went to use it, and I noticed as I went to turn it on that it is in an unsafe manner. If you can see down at the router bit, that's sticking out a long ways. The router bit should not be sticking out that far. As a reminder, I'm going to show you how to change the router bit. There's two different sizes of wrenches that you'll use, and one's bigger than the other. The small one goes down on the neck, the larger one goes up on the collet, and then I just turn them in opposite directions and it loosens that up, and I can take that router bit out. Now I need to go a little bit further. You'll see when I pull this router bit out that it wasn't in there very far. Why that's so dangerous, that was only in there a little over 1/4 of an inch, and that could come flying out. And this is traveling at extremely high speed, and if it were to fall out of that collet while it's on, who knows where that router bit's going to go. It could go right at you. So when you put a router bit in, you put it in all the way and pull it out only just a slight tiny bit, about 1/8 of an inch. And then you want to tighten it back up. When we tighten it up, you don't have to tighten it super tight. A lot of people make the mistake of tightening it up so much that it's hard to get off. You only tighten it up so it's tight, and then they say handshake strength, so just like you're shaking someone's hands. What I want to do now is make sure that my depth on the router is set up. On this plunge router, this has a lever. I can push this lever and now the base will slide in. Okay. It's still, even though it's in all the way and I release that lever, now this will stay. It's not out far enough. On the other side, I've got some stops. I can turn this to different depths and even bring this stop up so I can go deeper. So I can set this to various depths if I wanted to. Now I can go ahead and take this and set it to the depth that I want to use it at. Again, when you're using the handheld router, you travel from left to right. The router bit is spinning in this direction. You want to meet force with force. You want to make sure that the cord is up out of the way, so I put it over my shoulder. And one of the main things I want to make certain is that my router doesn't tilt one way or the other. When you turn it on, make sure that the router bit is not touching the wood. I want to do the top now that I've done the base because I want them to match, so I'm going to do them at the same time. And I'm only going to do 3 sides to the top. I'm going to do the front and the 2 sides and leave the back.